and I ran into another friend of mine here that I'd met months ago and hadn't seen him in a while. And we're going to ask him a couple questions here and find out what's going on with him. So, what is your name again?
Shane Michael Grady,
Shane Michael Grady. Where are you from, Shane?
Brockton, Massachusetts.
How long have you been here in Florida?
I lived in Florida since I was 6 years old. I am 34 years old now.
Always in Tampa? Or?
Prato, Tampa a little bit. Tampa in my later years from 18 up to 34.
And what brought you to Tampa?
My father put a gun to my mother's head when I was just a kid over something that my mom did. And I don't think I was supposed to say anything about that. But that's how I ended up down here.
How long have you been living out here on the streets in Tampa?
I've been living out here for 3 years.
How many times does anybody stop and talk to you and try to offer you any help? Or
Many.
Like who?
Just random people. Sometimes I'd be sitting out in front of the gas stations and just sit out there for hours in deep thought, listening to all the thoughts around in the city and around the world, which is all trains of thought, and they are not voices. They are the dead. They are voices of everybody that is living. They are voices.
When these people stop, do they try to help you? Do they give you anything? What do they do for you?
When they see me?
Yeah, when the people stop to help you. You said many people stop. Do they stop and try to help you or anything? Do they give you anything? Give you food or clothing?
Food, money, sometimes something to drink.
Does anybody ever...
A lot of food, more food than anything else.
Does anybody ever try to help you get off the street and get into a shelter or get into a place to stay?
Many people has tried, but they can't do nothing about it because of the mere fact of black magic and deals with the devil that was used against me about 3 to 4 years ago after the death of a friend of mine named Mike Travis Sr., which ultimately began from 2013 of when Armageddon was supposed to start originally beginning, which was also considered as Judgment Day and Judgment Calling from heaven and hell. It's supposed to bring the judgment calling of who goes to heaven and who goes to hell.
If you could say something to anybody right now, like anybody in your family, or if you could send a message right now to somebody, what would you say?
I'd say we got a lot of bad things coming ahead of us because of the karma that was done down here in Florida, specifically in Tampa, with bad people that ended up getting together and forming factions with black magic and using the voices in their head, which they consider as medical and mental issues, or is what they consider as a mental breakdown and stuff like that, but it's not really mental breakdown.
So Shane, why don't you come over here to this church with me? I hear that they've got some coffee and some donuts, and come and sit down.
I don't want to be around a bunch of people.
You don't want to go?
I don't want to be around. I don't like being around a bunch of people.
Yeah.
I don't like being around a bunch of people.
What could anybody do to help you? What?
You can't do nothing to help me.
You don't think
I'm
so?
sunk. An ex-girlfriend of mine's named Crystal thought it'd be a good idea to use deals with the devil and black magic as well, which really destroyed my life for the past 3 years now. I have a severe head injury off the right side of my head, which was caused and due to a bicycle accident that happened 3 years ago, which originally was after the inducement of having the angels of death coming to my home and trying to kill me. Demons come to my house and tried to kill me. The devil himself knocked on my door and there was nobody outside. And my worst mistake I ever made was opening my door. If you ever have a knock at your door and there's nobody outside, do yourself a favor and do not open the door.
So that's a message from Shane right now. If anybody knocks on your door and you look out the window and you see that there's nobody out there, don't open the door, because you don't know who knocked on the door. And I have a little message, and I think this message should be heard. I think Shane is an example of why there needs to be a shelter here in Tampa for people to go to. Because if Shane could go to the shelter, like a safe harbor, then possibly Shane could get the help that he needs from the resources there. But there's not one here. The funding that comes in just goes other places, goes to Metropolitan Ministries, goes to DACO, goes to Salvation Army, and it leaves people like Shane on the streets with no help.
Yeah, but they got a couple that's over on this side, a couple housing pieces that allows you to stay.
Where's that at?
I think it's on the other side of Nebraska.
Are you talking about New Beginnings?
I think so.
Have you ever been there?
I don't know where to find it.
Well, it's not really a shelter. If you go there, they want to send you out to work. They don't want to pay you anything. If you get Social Security, if you get food stamps, they want to take it in. Keep it themselves there. So does that sound like something good for you? You want to go there?
No.
Right. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I'm talking with Shane here, and I'm glad I ran into Shane. And I'm going to try to get Shane to come in with me and have some coffee.
I can't. I have to continue to move.
You heard it from Shane. He has to continue to move. So thanks for watching this video. Send this message out. Share this message and tell people this is a reason. Shane is a reason of why there needs to be a shelter. And